My boyfriend keeps walking into a police box and coming back yesterday.
What do I do?
Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, your fellow losers at the cafeteria table. I'm Bozer.
I'm PK.
And today we have with us our special geek guest, Miss Rosie. Give her a big round of applause, studio audience.
Lukewarm, but
I'm
okay.
gonna put in golf claps.
Please do.
Shoot
Just
that.
go nuts! Hey, if you are new to the channel, we geek out every single week about the coolest stuff on Earth. Movies, comics, anime, video games, all the stuff that you love and don't tell anybody about.
And if you like geeky content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and smash that bell so you're always notified about new videos. And don't forget to follow us on social media where we post geeky content all the time. But till then, let's go ahead and geek out about Dr. What?
What?
Why?
How?
Oh, you must mean Doctor Who!
I thought it was Dr. Webb.
Oh my, we practiced. We
Oh, sorry.
talked. We ran it.
It could have been. It should be, probably.
Dr. Me.
Doctor, him,
Or
or
we have
her.
our resident Whovian in the house, Miss Rosie. Miss Rosie.
Yes.
We're gonna call you Miss Rosie.
That's a little weird, but okay.
It
sounds
sounds like,
like-
my kindergarten teacher.
I kind
It
of.
sounds like one of those articles in the newspaper, like, Miss Rosie, I'm having love issues. What do I do?
Yeah.
And they write back, drink more coffee and really take in your horoscope.
Join a cooking group.
My boyfriend keeps walking into a police box and coming back yesterday.
What do I do?
What was it, the time traveler's
Golly
wife?
gee.
Oh, we don't talk about that. Well, the book might be great. I don't know. The movie was terrible.
I've
But-
not seen either. You don't see
You
it.
haven't seen a book?
I've
haven't
seen
seen
a
the
book.
novel?
Real well read. It's really.
I'm
shocking.
very well read.
Very well read.
But Miss Rosie, thank you so much for coming on the show. This is a very special Doctor Who episode for me personally because Miss Rosie has been there from the get-go when I first started with Doctor Who, and really, I think I'm such a fan of Doctor Who solely because that when I was watching those episodes, I had somebody to geek out about, and I'd be like texting her, I'm like, what? And she had already seen them all, obviously, so
She's like,
she
yeah.
was doing a great job of not spoiling anything, especially when I found out that Catherine
Yeah.
Tate was going to be the new companion.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Catherine, you're a great actress. I didn't love you as a companion. And
Oh.
in the first episode of David Tennant's season, I was like, oh, whew, I thought she was going to be the companion. And I remember specifically, you're like...
That's the wedding episode, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where she comes in, you're like,
No, I liked her. He needed that
Crazy?
person.
He
No.
did need somebody like that,
Like a
'cause we had
friend.
Rose.
There was so much romance, and then Martha fell in love
Okay.
with him.
Yeah. We needed
Spoiler
just
alert.
a straight up non.
when he was about to say I love you and the portal shut, my heart shattered in a way that I'm not yet healed from.
Well, she comes back.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I haven't seen it.
So how far have you gotten into Doctor Who?
So I watched it through her leaving, going past the episode where you have the wedding, and then we get the new companion. I went 3 into her, and I just couldn't get into it because I still have
Martha?
Maybe?
Yeah. So you watched through Martha, or not?
No,
Well,
I
a few
did watch
episodes
it.
into
I only
it.
watched
Okay,
a few
okay.
episodes into Martha, and it wasn't that she was a bad actress or a bad character. It was just I was still so attached to.
It's hard.
Rose.
It was
And,
a
I mean, the same
whiplash.
Brutal, yeah.
the same thing happened once Eccleston
Mhm.
when he left. It took me. I had to pause for about a week, and then I came into watching David Tennant because everyone was like, David Tennant is the best Doctor, and this was when Matt Smith was already out there. Like, David Tennant is like the best Doctor you'll ever see. So just give him a chance. Give him a chance. I was like, okay, I'll give him a chance, I guess.
Yes.
I was like, he's not wearing a leather jacket, so.
That's not a doctor.
He's
That's
not
not
cool
good.
at all.
Where's the jacket?
Like, what's the trench coat?
And we should say, to everybody who is like an original, like 1963 Doctor Who fan, no offense, great. We would not have Doctor Who without them. It's just, that's not quite our generation, so that most of our experience has been in the revamp from Christopher Eccleston, 9th Doctor, on.
How many times are we going to say his name wrong? I'd say roughly probably 12.
Say it right. Eccleston?
Eccleston.
Christopher Eccleston.
Eggless.
Eccleston.
Hey, Christopher, when you're watching,
Hey.
go ahead and give us a
Chris,
call and correct us.
So, how is it really?
Chris Egglessness.
Ecclestonian.
So, Miss Rosie, tell us about your first relationship with the Doctor.
Oh.
Okay, hang on, pause. There was somebody giving me crap about that exact phrasing not 3 episodes ago. What was it? What was your first relationship with Naruto?
What was your first relationship with Naruto?
Okay, so my
Weird
first.
phrase.
Okay, so my
Weird
first.
phrase.
Okay, so my
Weird
first.
phrase.
Naruto is like an 11-year-old boy. The Doctor is like a
An ethereal
900-year-old man.
Older than time.
So it's totally fine.
Also, Naruto is now Hokage.
Is he the worst Hokage in the clan?
You need to study up on your anime, nerd.
How did you get into Doctor Who?
Well, I'm pretty sure I watched all of the second season, like, in one day. I swear to God. I watched all of the second season in one day and then, sobbed at the end. And I was buying the new episodes on iTunes because they were coming out, and I remember sitting in my kitchen watching them on a laptop, having to buy them every
Hang
single
on,
week.
hold up one moment. That's
Yeah.
$2 an episode, right?
Yeah,
So how many episodes of Doctor Who was there?
there's a whole lot,
lot.
and I was really dedicated.
You've invested hundreds.
I have invested hundreds.
Where did you get the money? You must have been like 9 years old.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Just went to her dad's credit card.
Well, you started in season 2,
Yeah,
and it was new at the time?
yeah.
Why didn't you start with season 1? Or of the revamp, so,
No, I started in season 2. I don't know.
Season 2 with David Tennant?
Yeah.
You didn't even see Christopher Eccleston?
No, I mean, I went back.
Probable.
After season 2 was done, I went back and watched the first.
Oh, so what year? Well, I'm
Okay,
not
hang on.
doing
Was
math.
that really hard to watch?
What,
Like,
going back?
Going backwards.
Absolutely.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet that would be
I would
super hard.
have been really hard to contain and like what. Well, there's one episode I think in that first season where they go to that TV world.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Like, I really like that. Is that where Bad Wolf came from?
Originally, yeah, I think so.
Is that
That's
the
where
first
it
reference
sparks.
to Bad Wolf?
Yes, because then you find out that that's where like it all kind of spawned. Like that's your first sign of Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
And you don't realize what
Actually, no, it's not. Because if you watch in the previous episodes, it's just hidden. It's like an Easter egg in a
Yeah.
lot of
But that was the first time
episodes.
it's put in your face, right?
But that's where it all comes together. So you start with season 2,
Uh-huh.
and so what hooked you? What do you love about Doctor Who?
I wish I could point out a specific thing about it. I mean, I love the Doctor as a character. I think he's really interesting, and I think it's really interesting bringing lots of different people into it. I mean, I think David Tennant is amazing, but also each Doctor is completely different, which actually I really like. So
Yeah, it would be boring if they're like, we're the exact same person.
it's the character that you play,
But
and
I'm
he
a different
plays.
actor.
And
Well,
he plays.
That was what David Tennant's biggest advice was: don't play the Doctor, just be the Doctor. Like that.
Yeah.
It's whatever it means to you, but don't do what they did, and don't think about it.
Be
Like
yourself.
Yeah.
be whatever you want it to be. Be eccentric.
Yeah.
You develop the character. You create it, and they give you a lot of free reign.
And
apparently.
the thing that's so cool about the Doctor, like you were saying, it's played by so many different people, and I really think that the Doctor is literally the only character on television where it's played by different people, it's still the same character, but it can be completely different, and it becomes canon.
Yeah.
Like, in theater, you could play the same character, and I would bring a different heart to it, you would bring a different heart to it, but it would still be, we'd be completely separate. In Doctor Who, we'd be the same person,
Yeah.
and it's encouraged, and it's just like there's nothing else like that in the history of television or film that I've ever seen.
And there's still development of the character even through different people.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
you start with Eccleston, he's like this wild and he's ruthless, and then
He's
you
a
kind
bad
of he's that bad boy and he has a leather jacket.
That means he's tough.
That means he's super
Even
tough.
if it has lapels.
Well, it
Oh,
felt
God.
he's like, I've been hurt before.
I've been really hurt, and so Rose, I don't know about this. But then, David Tennant comes in and he was like really, he was the heart.
Didn't he put like everything out really? Just kind of like.
Even in that first episode, I remember like that switch. But I watched Christopher Eccleston, and he grows just like all the doctors. I think they grow on me. I watched him, and I was okay. It was just like something that I needed to watch. And you had talked to me about it at work once, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. And then the first few episodes with the mannequins, I'm like, this is super weird. But
Oh, the mannequins!
Episode 1 was super
That's
weird.
his first
I didn't
episode.
like that one.
But then the character itself, like, it becomes a friend. And then when they switch, I was not ready for David Tennant. And he's currently, like, definitely one of my top favorites.
Yeah.
And I just love him as an actor as well. And when he was just so much in episode 1, when he was, like, losing his mind and, like, quoting Lion King. And
He was like freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I was like, okay, buddy, you need to calm down. You're trying way too hard. But then I'm like, I love you.
And I do think it's more like you see him like go from a very reserved person to a very eccentric person.
Well,
and
then
it's
you go to
very
Matt
hard watch.
Smith. And Matt Smith is just completely off the wall.
Adorable.
Do you start watching it because people said you look like Matt Smith? Did that ever play into it for you?
I mean,
No,
it's
I've been told that, like, I can cosplay Matt Smith like a pro.
Which I'm surprised you haven't done. We might want to do that. I'll go as the TARDIS.
But no, I didn't watch. I watched it really because of Rosie.
I didn't know this. This is so sweet.
No, it's true. Because I had a friend, Jim Wilder, you're getting shout out number 2, buddy.
Jeez, man.
You had written
So cool.
you had written poetry about every episode of Doctor Who. Check it out. It's called The Eloquence of Time. We're gonna find the link and we're gonna put a description below. Buy his book. It's a poem for every episode in the first 50 years of Doctor Who, and he writes a poem for every single episode. It's so cool. And so I knew he was into it, and I knew it was a thing. And like, I'd go to cons and I'd go to, you know, like Hot Topic or Box Lunch or something and see the things. I'm like, okay, it must be cool. But I hadn't really embraced my inner geek yet, you know? Like, I've had that spiritual experience. And then, but honestly, and this is gonna get emotional for a hot sec, it was because you were a huge geek about it, and you were not ashamed of sharing that it led me to think, well, I think I might look into that, and if she thinks it's cool, then it's not super weird if I think it's cool. And I knew that I always had somebody to talk to about it. And I mean, that's what this whole channel was started for. That we wanted some place, if you need somewhere to geek out, like, this could be your spot. Because not all of us have that. And even in, we might have that in Doctor Who, but in other things we don't have that. And so you need somebody for something. And so, you know, let us be the place, because I had a Rosie. Let us be your Rosie.
I started watching it because of Inspector Spacetime from Community. The cool thing about Doctor Who is it's such a big geek trope.
Yeah.
The other shows have like played off of it. Dan Harmon, I think, did the best job with Inspector Spacetime, and it actually made me want to go watch. Like, they did such a good job of making such a terrible like series that it made me want to go watch it.
Like, they parodied it so much, but kept like
like the
honor
heart
to
of
tear
it
it down.
Yeah, like
So
it
it
was
made you want to go see the original.
right.
That's great.
And I love it when people can do things like that with geek culture, where they can like make fun of it in like a tropey way, and then you're like, wow, now I really want to go see it.
That's awesome.
So then, who would be like your favorite Doctor?
David Tennant.
Okay, and that's of this, like, from Christopher Eccleston on.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
For
leaves
sure.
us 4, 5, 4.
Four?
Chris, David, Matt,
Capaldi.
Capaldi, and
Jodie Whittaker, you're awesome. We love you.
Who played Rose Tyler?
Billy Piper.
Billy Piper. Oh,
I love Billy Piper.
Yeah, Billy
Billy
Piper's
Piper was like a pop star.
Yeah.
And have you heard her music? Because
Yes!
I have her CD.
Oh, you have
Do
it?
you have a girlfriend?
So,
Can I have your number?
anyway, the 13th Doctor is Jodie Whittaker. That's her real name. Who's your favorite not Doctor character?
Oh, not Doctor characters, like a companion or somebody.
So, like River Song, Rose Tyler, Amy Pond, Rory Williams,
Oh.
or Doctor Wilfred Mott.
No, you just say.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Winston Churchill was apparently in it. That's cool.
Mhm,
Yeah.
in one episode.
I mean, I love Rose, but that's like a whole separate thing. Like, Rose and 10 will always be like OTP.
I love Rose because of them, like, on her own. Like, if she was just on, her own,
yeah,
you
maybe
know.
not.
So it's because of the relationship.
Yeah,
But
she ends up pretty badass because in the end she ends up like working for Torchwood in the other world, right?
I think.
No, maybe
so,
not
yeah.
Torchwood, but whatever
Just
there is.
something.
Yeah.
Speaking of Torchwood, Captain Jack Hartman.
Really.
A1 character. That I remember when he came in, because I was at that time I had already started watching Arrow, and John Barrowman was on that
Yeah.
as the dad or one of the dads, and I was like, oh my god, like he's such an intimidating. Like, it actually made me really hard to trust the captain because I was like, oh, you play like a bad guy.
Yeah.
But he did such a good job. And that actually made me watch the spin-off series.
Oh, well, I wish you had made physical contact with John Barrowman, as I did.
I was there. I was literally right next to you.
If you didn't catch it when we were at Comic-Con on the story, we were on the way to a panel, and John Barrowman was there, and he was like walking through the exhibitor hall, just in the crowd.
Very casually,
of
and then
people.
he tried to touch Tanner, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, excuse me."
No, I saw him, and I had.
you reached out to
It
him.
was during I had my weird bondage, Spider-Man noir mask, and you couldn't see or hear me or anything. For real. And so he came, and I was freaking out inside, but all he saw was this. And he was walking towards me, and I wanted to grab your attention, but there wasn't time. There literally wasn't time.
I got to see him like last
I
second.
tapped him on the shoulder, and I said, "Love you, John Barrowman." And he's like, "Huh?"
I thought he said
always
something,
know.
but he said something.
I think he said, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not British.
Because this weird BDSM mask was touching him.
Well,
Anyway, he was super cool.
Okay, so his John Barrowman.
yes.
We never finished yours.
I mean, well, Rose is separate because Rose goes with David Tennant.
Right.
So, actually, probably Rory. I love Rory.
Big companion.
And Rory and Amy, I really love together. And I didn't at all at first because she was like terrible to him. But in the end, they end up being amazing. And he waits for like 2,000 years for her.
Oh,
and,
the
like,
Centurion.
oh my
Just-
god, the girl who waited with the boy who waited.
I mean, Clara she's just so great.
Yeah.
Like she's not afraid to not take any of their crap, the Doctor's crap, which he can dole out quite a lot.
And now is this the
She
11th
can-
Doctor then?
This is the 13th currently. Oh, with
No,
her?
But-
with Clara, yeah.
Yeah, he was with
Clara
Matt Smith.
originally met, Matt Smith. Like multiple times because she kept like dying and then coming back.
Yeah, and she just did such a great job. And
A dying?
She was really great at dying.
She's like really
this
good
weird
at dying.
time loop vortex, and so he was able to rescue her. Do you have like a villain in the series that you just love to hate so far?
Weeping Angels freak me out.
Oh my god, we used to go over to her house and we used to play the Weeping Angel game. Where one person is an angel and one person has a light switch, and you turn off the light, the angel can move, and then when you turn it off, they have to freeze. And it's the scariest thing you'll ever do in your life.
Were nightmares your favorite thing?
It was
Well,
amazing.
you did a Weeping Angels spin, right?
Yeah, check out our social media this week. I'll post it. I think that every angel you see ever has just been trying to destroy you this whole time. That's brilliant.
Well, and you have to love the dollar.
Exterminate.
I actually really nerdy Rosie fact about me. I had 3 cardboard cutouts in my room that I got for Christmas. One was of David Tennant, one was of Billy Piper, and one was of a Dalek.
Was it with like open chest, Dalek?
Oh god, no!
Red R.
Exterminate.
Exterminate! There's something about the wanting to connect with, like, I don't know, space and thinking about aliens. Like, we would want to think that aliens are like us. And so making them,
One of these giant squid monsters.
well,
like the Kraken.
who apparently have feelings.
Kraken inside trash cans with lasers and
No, like just like the head of Cthulhu with like the body of us. With,
like an ood?
Like an ood!
Like an ood.
Oh my god. Oh, the ood are scary when they go bad. Very ood boy.
very ood of you.
Well, then you have the master
conversation.
/ mistress, which is just like you needed like the complete anti-doctor, and that's what she was. She looked like she was having such a good time. The lore and the canon is just like the Doctor, always shifting. Like it's not so written in stone. This is a law in the Time Lord
It's
system.
fluid.
Yeah.
It's so fluid, just like timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly time. There's not one thing this is constant, it's always to
Yeah.
be. They're kind of not making it up as they go, but in a way they are.
Yeah.
Well, because it's
just the
just
charm of
like
it.
time. Like time is not a solid linear thing. It
Yeah.
moves, it flows.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
So
Yeah.
depending on where they put themselves in the TARDIS, the rules are not changed.
Right.
Like you can't. I'm assuming they're going between different alternate realities
Dimensions,
too.
realities,
Like,
time.
so every time you move between those, like he knows where all the realities and all the times and everything, he can move through them and weave them. But the rules are going to constantly change as you're
Yeah.
going.
Absolutely.
So I think it makes sense. It would only make sense if the rules are just as fluid as time itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the brilliance of the whole Doctor Who series. So please let us know in the comments below, what do you love about Doctor Who? Who's your favorite Doctor? What do you think about Jodie Whittaker, Foster
Whittaker.
Watson?
Foster the people.
We love you.
Because unfortunately, she's not been doing great in her
That's not her
season.
fault. I think
It should have been Billie Piper. I think that would have been so great.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities with this wibbly wobbly time because she might get pulled from the forest.
Exactly.
Yeah,
In the
at
TARDIS.
this point,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that would make sense.
They do bring actors.
Her spiritual energy would be in the TARDIS.
Right. I was gonna say at this point it might be a little past the
No, I think Billie Piper.
marketing opening, but they do that all the time. But a lot of the actors have been featured as like just throwaway roles, ensemble background roles in past things.
Prima Ejimshman, I don't know
Uh-huh.
how to say her last name. She was in season 2 in an episode, in one of the Cybermen episodes, just as a character.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens so many
As well
times.
as
Capaldi
was in Pompeii. Yeah. And so that's why when he
Totally.
gets his face, he's like, I know this face. It looks familiar. Yeah.
Also, real quick, just one thing. The episode where they brought Van Gogh
Yeah.
into the time to the future,
Yeah.
I really like that. There was something beautiful about bringing
was.
a tortured artist to see what his work could become.
That
Then it was-
monologue was just really
oh.
beautiful. With the
But
art
then it was
critic.
so sad.
Yeah, where he's talking about like the beauty and pain and like how he, instead of dwelling on it, he showed that there's a beauty to it.
And at least like every 2 episodes, there's always a moment.
Well, and that's what they do well. They do like fun, heart lifting, like inspiring, and then dark, intense. Like they do a really good job. There's a good
It's
balance.
human. It's all of it. It's all of our stories. That's what Doctor Who is.
If we've inspired you to watch Doctor Who, go ahead and give us a big ol' thumbs up because you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't be afraid to give us a thumbs down because we know we don't want to do this again. We need to know.
Okay, no Doctor Who
People need
fans
to
out there,
know.
good to know. But please be watching out for more Doctor Who fun this week. And until then, I'm Bozer,
I'm PK.
And I'm Rosie.
and you guys just keep geeking out.
I was supposed to say that with you. It's cool.
It's cool.
Did you stop it?
No.
Oh.
You want me to?